Is number 10 this?
Yes,
This one?
the red one. Okay, if everybody will have a seat.
Can I sit at the front?
You guys know me, I have a lot to say.
Do you want the children in the front?
Yeah, children, if you want to sit on the ground, that'd be great. That'd give plenty of spaces. If the kids want to sit on the rug up front, that would be awesome.
I haven't finished.
That's okay. It's okay. It was just a game to get people started and give Bruce time to get set up. Okay. Did everybody get a seat? There's some Give God the Glory muffins over there if you would like one. Okay. And let's get right to it. I know you have lots of questions since John's introduction of my obsession. Like how many nativities does she actually have and where does she keep them? And how long has she had this obsession? Well, I'm going to blame the Tanners, and you will hear why in just a few minutes. I don't remember a nativity scene at my house in Fort Walton when I was growing up. I think my grandmother had one of those kind of plastic ones that you get at the 5 and dime. I think she had one, and some of y'all probably grandmothers had them too. So my collecting didn't really start until 1972, and you'll see that first nativity in a second. Now I have over 200, and I have joined recently this year a Nativities Collectors Group, which is, and I've met some really serious collectors, which has proved to be so dangerous and actually so uplifting, because nativity collectors are united in Christian faith and feel drawn to the spirituality and the universality of the art of the nativity. So let's back up just a little bit. I was with the kids last week, so I didn't attend Alex's class on the art of the birth. But so I'm going to give you just a little bit of history before we get started on looking at them. So Christians used really simple pictures and carvings of Jesus' birth with Mary, Joseph, and the baby in the Roman catacombs 200 years after the birth. They have found pictures. When art got more intricate, when the Roman Empire split into the two Western and Eastern halves, and the Eastern Roman Empire, centered in Constantinople, which was formerly Byzantium, had the Roman laws and the customs and developed Greek as its primary language. This is a replica of an ivory piece from the 10th century, and it is on display at the Vatican right now. And you can see how that is evolved. In fact, it's really, if you look carefully, it's really the whole history of Jesus. You can see where he's a child, probably the child when he was in the synagogue, and then you can see the three kings have come up there. Mary is the central figure. This is a really more expanded version of the Bible than just the nativity story. So how did we get nativities in our homes? Well, it started outside. St. Francis, who was a deacon with a deep devotion to the child Jesus, went to the Holy Lands. And he was so inspired by going to the actual birthplace of Christ that it made such an impression on him. And he, I'll quote St. Francis, he desiring to see with bodily eyes the inconveniences of his infancy, how he lay in the manger, and how the ox and the ass stood by, he sought and received permission from the Pope to stage a reenactment. He asked his friend to prepare a cave in the town of, let's see, where is it? Let me think. I'll get to it in a minute. It starts with a G. And they built a nativity, sort of similar to our nativity outside that we have outside our church. He brought a live donkey and an ox to the spot, but there were no statues or figures. It was just, look, just like that, with a couple of live animals. And there is in the Catholic religion, they have a story that they tell. During the Mass, St. Francis preached about the babe of Bethlehem. And according to the account of St. Bonaventure, I don't know exactly how that's pronounced. Bonaventure, thank you. Stayed nearby, I've got a lot of those. An eyewitness reported a miracle. A real, live, beautiful child appeared in the manger, and St. Francis embraced the child. This powerful, simple reenactment made a lasting impression on everyone, and they even say that the hay from that original manger miraculously cured sick animals and other diseases. So the site of the first nativity scene in Greccio can be still visited today, and this is the mural that is on the wall in Greccio in the sanctuary that is called the Church of the Nativity. So for hundreds of years, nativities were always outside affairs. They were in front of churches. They were made of stone and clay and wood. But eventually, in the 1600s, wealthy people wanted nativities for their own homes. And in Italy, they started asking the artists if they would make them a nativity they could display in their homes. And they asked the artists to put regular community people in the nativities, like they wanted themselves in the nativities. Anyway, this whole thing, I think, is a very fitting representation of our theme this year of joy for the world. And from the Luke 2:10-12, the angel said, I'm here to announce a great and joyful event that is meant for everybody worldwide. A Savior has just been born in David's town, a Savior who is the Messiah and Master. And this is what you're supposed to look for. What are you looking for? A babe wrapped in swaddling clothes and lying in a manger. So I want to start our tour of nativities with my very first nativity, which is a very sentimental one because it was the very first gift Stephen ever gave me in 1972. Which is interesting because he didn't have nativities in his house and I didn't have nativities in my house. And the fact that he chose this is really special. And I had a lamb growing up, so the lamb was really a special thing too. So this is English. It is from the Hummel China Company, and it's really fitting, I think. So now on to Italy, and this is where the obsession really started. Stephen's parents gave me one piece of this nativity every year for all of those Christmases. It is made by Henri Professor Qualt, and it's handcrafted wood and painted, and it's really, really exquisite. You need to look closely, if you get a chance, look closely at how detailed the work is on this. There are more pieces to this, and it's grandiose, backgrounds and things like that, but we have the wonderful basic story here, and they're beautiful. So, in addition to the Henri carved wood, there's a number of collectible sets that you all might know. They are made from molds, and they're hand painted, and Fontanini is probably the most popular. There are a lot of Fontanini sets around in the world. And here's another Italian set. Oops, did I get it? Yeah. This is another Italian set that is hand painted, but they're made out of resin from molds. And then I want to show you, there's an area of Italy that also makes lovely nativities, not out of wood. Oops. Can you guess where? Murano. Murano glass. Yep. Off the island of Venice is a island that is really dedicated to making beautiful glass ones. So this is a Murano glass, and here are a couple small. These are about that big. I think I did bring one of them. I was afraid to bring the glass for the thing. But before we leave Italy, I want to show you one of my newest ones. And this is from the Alessi company, not the bakery, the vinegar, or the oil. But Elena Salmistrano created this. And as you're doing your papers, I'm going to be mentioning the 10 that were in here. So this is a modern Italian nativity made of porcelain. And I put the baby Jesus because can you see he's an egg? Yeah. Well, I collect eggs too. I'm sorry. Well, I did collect. Stephen and I both collected lots of stuff before we had kids, and then all the money went to the kids, and we never got to collect things again. But that one I like that. It stays out and goes into my egg collection every year. So next we're off to Spain, where you will see a very different style. These are known as mud people. Okay, what happened is the people that were not rich people in Italy said, we want a nativity too. And in Spain, they started making what they call mud people, and you can still get these now. And I love this because what odd things do you see in this picture? What?
A kid that has a basketball.
Kid that has a ball? Okay, I think he's a soccer player, maybe. Okay, what else? What do you see? A bagpiper. What else? Anything else odd in there? Think about something really odd because of who is in the main center. What? There's angels, 2 angels, but there were a heavenly host of angels. So, yes.
There's a guy holding a piggy.
A guy holding a pig. Why is that weird?
Because there was no pigs.
No, there were pigs.
Because nobody would feast.
No, people hold pigs. Why is it weird that there's a pig and a Jewish nativity? The Jewish people did not eat pigs, and they were considered unclean. So it's kind of odd to have a pig in a nativity scene of the holy Jewish Holy Family. So there are really fine nativities in Spain as well. This is a Yadro China, and this is the first gift that my daughter-in-law Maciel gave me on the first Christmas. So it has the signature long neck. So the next country has a similar tradition. I don't know if you noticed these. Let's see, they're on the very top shelf over there, and they're teeny tiny. They're this big. They are called Harriet, where's Harriet? F-E-V-E-S, febs? Feb, okay. They are feb.
You got to spit on the end.
Okay. Feb. They're febs. France has a similar tradition to the Spanish mud people. These are tiny. Can you guess what they're used for? What could they be used for? No? Cakes. You're so smart, Margo. Very good. You know how king cakes?
Oh, it says on the top of the slide.
What?
Oh, it says on the top of the slide it said cake.
Oh. I said you were smart. Okay. Okay. You know what I did not say at the beginning? I skipped over it. All of these nativities, practically all of them, have kings in them.
Yeah.
The kings were not at the birth of the nativity. And we are going to talk more about that on January 4th when we have an Epiphany Sunday school. And we're going to talk all about that. And we're going to have king cakes. And what made me think of it is our king cakes are baked with a little baby in them for king cakes. So that's what these are for. These are French. And somebody that speaks French, they're labeled. So I'd really like to know what all those words say, but I know there's a fish seller, pescateria, or whatever. They're all different, but they're all walks of life. You see how they're all different walks of life? All of those, they're all invited to the birth. So it's really, really cool. These are highly prized. People collect them like we do baseball cards. Yes?
Why is there a zebra?
Why is there a zebra? I think that's a donkey. But there could be a zebra. I think they had all kinds of things that were in there. This is a recent, after I joined the Nativity crew, a recent addition. The man that I bought this from is from North Carolina, and he's about my age, and he is divesting himself of his nativity collections. And so he told me a story. He said, some of us are adding, and I didn't hear Walker's comment, but I'm sure it was.
Hey, that was not me, that was Dad.
He said he went to the French bakery and wanted to buy these. And he said, no, you can't buy them until the day that we have them in the cakes. And if I have any left, I will sell them to you. So that's how this collection came about. So the next one is, I think, to show you a really different is, my best friends brought this back from France, and it is a grapevine. And I love the way that the whole story is told with just a few lines. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
Okay. Germany's a country that has a very strong tradition of Christmas. From beautiful glass ornaments, wooden nutcrackers, and some of the most intricate nativities. This exquisite enameled piece, this is enameled pewter. And if you look at both sides, I should have taken a picture of the back side. The back side is just as detailed as the front side. These are really, really awesome. Okay, so now, Stacy, will you light these candles for me? How many of you, do the gold one first, this big one first, the one we all have? Yeah, that one. Yep.
This one.
Yep. How many of you had Swedish chimes just like this growing up?
We didn't have this, but I like it.
Okay. So for the kids, this works because the heat you can go ahead and light them all. The heat.
All of these.
Yeah. The heat has air that makes the hot air come up, and it'll make these start going round and round in a minute. So everybody thinks about Sweden being a...
They're gonna go for fire.
Set the church on fire 2 weeks before Christmas.
That's why I didn't light them before y'all came in. We always call them Swedish angel chimes, and that's where most of them come from now. But they were created in 1905 in Germany by the Walter Stock Company, and they were based on the traditional pyramids, this wooden pyramid. Sometimes, have you ever seen those big pyramids? They can be like this big, made out of wood with all kinds of layers. So they, I might not have put them back together right, so they usually start going real fast. So the one on that side, the one that's nearest to Stacy, They were started in 1905, and this is another one that I bought from Joe as he was divesting and I was adding. That one was made in 1910, so it is really old. So after World War II, Sweden took over the angel chime business and produces most of the angel. You know what? I might have turned them upside down, put them on backwards, but anyway, whatever. Angel chimes have a really great significance. There we go. The spinning angels represent the heavenly host that appeared to the shepherds in Luke 2, 8 through 14. And the tinkling sound, when we get it, recalls the heavens rejoicing and a call to prayer. And the candles are the reminder that Christ is the light of the world. And the turning motion, where the angels dance and the chimes ring, is a representative of God moving in the world. So I love the angel chimes. If you don't have one, they have them on Amazon. They're not very expensive. A couple more from the. Oops, I didn't do the. Okay, that's a Swedish, and this is what it's based on, the pyramid. And this is the one from 1910 from Germany. And the next one. This one's from the Ukraine. And what do you notice about this one that's kind of odd? What? No?
Yeah, like a coconut bowling ball.
Anybody get it? Do you think of Joseph as being an old man with long white beard?
I see it.
No. If you look at most of these nativities, Joseph is pictured as a young man. But there are a number of biblical scholars that think perhaps Joseph was an older man and that Mary was his probably second wife, or it was something. There's nothing in the Bible that says how old Joseph was. But in this artist's rendition from Ukraine, he depicts Joseph much older than the 14-year-old Mary. So, okay. The next one. Question.
I was just going to say, Kelly said what I also knew. The Roman Catholics, they believe that Mary might have been eternal virgin, and so the brothers and sisters were
half brothers and sisters
from
Joseph's former family.
Yeah, former family. That's
how they reconcile.
That's how they
mentioned Jesus' siblings.
So we don't know,
But to reconcile that with the doctrine of Mary as a virgin.
Yeah, we don't know, but that's their interpretation.
Okay, did anybody get this one?
No, what is that one?
All right, this is made in sandstone, and it is a replica of centuries old Celtic from Ireland.
Oh, that was 80?
It's from Ireland, yep. And it's a replica of a nativity that was hundreds of years old. Okay, this one is also from Ireland. You guess what it is? Waterford. Yeah, Waterford is a very famous glass company in Ireland, and this one is a Waterford. I didn't bring that one. Okay, the next one, this little tiny one. It's tiny because it's over there, but this little tiny one is from Greece. And now we're going to move further east, and you will see some style changes. I bet lots of people know where this one's from. It's made out of olive wood. It's from Bethlehem. This one is from Bethlehem. And I want you to notice these really weird sheep down here. If you could get up afterwards. Yeah, they're very odd, aren't they? They look very odd. They got long legs and kind of weird bodies. But that one is from Ireland. Or from Israel and from Bethlehem. And this one is from Palestine. Yep. Yep. This one is from Palestine, and it is wool. And then here's another one from that's made of wool, and this one is from Kazakhstan. And notice the yurt. This house is called a yurt. That's what they're. And notice how the costuming. They're not costumes. These are the clothing that the people in Kazakhstan wear. Those hats and everything. Okay, now you're going to notice a style change, not only in style, but in materials. The next one is from India. They're giving you traditional Indian clothing and customs, but in a much more stylized way. So this one's from India, and this one's from India. Very different style. This one's made from metal. But I think it's interesting to see they're way more stylized. They're not representational like the ones that we saw from Italy and from Germany and from, you're really getting more of a area and a customs kind of thing. Okay, next we're going to Russia. Oops. And these are Russian. They're painted canvas. They also make them in wood. It's a very typical style for Russia. They very much lean to the traditional depiction like we saw in Germany and Italy and whatever, but more in a painting style like this than figures. Next we move to the Far East, where you're going to see a lot of nativities that are made from recycled materials, because the Far East it has less prosperity, and they're made from humble materials. This one is made in Bangladesh. Okay. It is creating art with straw, which is called pyrography. And the different colors are created from heat. So they take big stones, they take the straw, and they cut it into wheat. It's wheat. They cut it into lengths, they open it up, they iron it down, they glue it onto a backing, and then they take heated stones and they rub it on the areas to make them the colors. So there's a lot of work in it, but probably 5 cents worth of materials, but a lot of time. This next one is paper mache, also from Bangladesh. It is made from recycled paper and cotton waste from the clothing factories. So, and now we're going to move to an Asian one, which I think is really interesting because you do not see Asian ones very often. And this one is carved stone, and you'll see the faces have a very distinctive look. And there's a place for 2 votives, which we didn't like, but 2 votives right in front, which is very typical in the Buddhist religion, to have candles and light candles in their worship. This is from Bali. Can you guess what it's made out of?
Ivory.
It's made from a cow bone. These are carved from a single cow bone, and supposedly they're both from the same artist. But I don't know if you can see how different. Look at Jesus' face. Very different Jesus' face in the 2 that are carved there. But Yeah, I don't know if I put the back side. The back side of this is beautiful. We'll have to turn one around so you can see the back side here. So let's see, where are we? We are now up to this one. So, I bet you can guess this one. Where are rugs from? Turkey. Yep. That is a Turkish nativity done with a loom. And I think this one is really interesting. Now, where is it? Because I wanted somebody to pick it up. No. This one, oops, nope, got one more here. This one is from the Philippines. It's made of pine straw with really carved faces. I think it's really cool. I love this one. Oh, did I miss? Okay. Oh, I guess I didn't put the cinnamon one in here. Okay. Yeah, we'll find it. I think I brought it, but anyway, we'll come back. Okay. So now we are moving to Africa, which is my favorite nativities, are from Africa. They are so representative of each different country in Africa and the cultures. The faces are carved representatives of the people of the area. The clothing, the animals, the figures in attendance at the manger, even the gifts the wise men give are all distinctive to the specific country or area that the nativity comes from. The other thing that I love about adding African nativities to my collection is that I buy them from nonprofit organizations, and all the money goes back to the people that actually made it. So it's you're lifting up these communities and that it helps support the village. So this is a good example. This is from Kenya, and notice the long faces. In Kenya, stretched ears are significant cultural practice, most notably among the Maasai people. Both men and women stretch their earlobes using natural materials like bone, wood, and today we see people that have gauges in their ears to make them long. Similar situation. But it signifies beauty and wisdom and social status, okay? And to me, it's very interesting that Mary has very long stretched ears signifying status, and Joseph does not. I think that's an interesting distinction in this one. So this next one is one of the ones that I numbered. Did you guess? Did you put Scottish? Because that's what I thought. I looked at it and I went, this has got to be Scottish. It's got this plaid and it's red and it's from Kenya. Yeah, it's from Kenya. It's another Maasai nativity. This plaid clothing is called a shuka. And they use red to signify courage and bravery and strength and to ward off predators. So this red plaid is very, very common in the Maasai culture. So I actually bought it because I thought Joseph was holding the baby, but but when it came, it looked in the picture, it looked like the one holding the baby was much bigger than the other one, but I don't think so. I might pretend.
So you think that's Mary holding the baby?
I think it is. You look at it, what do you think? It looks to be like the other character is a little bit taller and bigger. So, and I looked up the clothing styles to see if I could figure it out from the clothing styles. And the Maasai women and men both have the same kinds of clothes. Some go across, some open. So we can't tell from that. So in my mind, Joseph's holding the baby. This last one is also from Kenya. It is banana leaves. And you will see this all over Africa. You will see this style with the banana leaves and straw and natural things. Okay, so next, we've got one more. This one is from South Africa. It is Zulu. Zulu is the largest ethnic group in South America, and it has its own distinctive music and dancing and beadwork. And my son Walker gave me that one. Okay, the next two are my most favorite. This one is from Cameroon, and this one almost makes me cry whenever I look at it. At the time that I bought this, it was in the, I don't know when it was, but it was probably early 80s. Cameroon was one of the most poverty-stricken nations in the world. And they were going through a what do you call it when? Famine. They were going through a famine. So I think that the artist, this is a wax relief in bronze, and I want you to look. What's a famine, darling? It's when they don't have enough food, and people die because they don't have food to eat. And if you look at these characters, especially the baby Jesus, it's very emaciated. So I mean, it really tells the story of this country during this time. Okay. Here is another, but what also is that Jesus sustains through anything. And I think it tells that story. This is one of my most favorite ones. This is from the Congo. And can you see why it is so special to me? Joseph's holding the baby. It is so hard to find Joseph holding the baby. You can find some that are, like made out of resin and put in molds and all, but to find one that's actually crafted from a craftsman, it is very hard to find one. There are exhibits all over the United States that have people that have incredible collections that you can go to. And we happened to go to the one at the National Cathedral, probably, I think Jordan was 5 when we went. And there was one from Cameroon that had Joseph holding the baby. And ever since then, I'm like, I want one with Joseph holding the baby. Yes?
I think it must be hard for you to squash your coveting commandment when you see these in other places.
And I've never seen it again. And it was really exquisite. So anyway, this one's from the Congo. And I'm still looking for craftsman-made ones holding Jesus. Oh, no, I didn't say that, Stephen. Okay. My best friend's son started a nonprofit in Uganda, and it's to provide medical care to villages throughout Uganda where people wouldn't be able to get any kind of food or medicines or anything. It's called Health Access Connect. And he brought me several nativities, and this is one. This is, notice how the story is told so simply. This folds up, and into wood, you'll have to see it fold up. But anyway, it folds up, and it's just awesome. This in Uganda, the next two are also from Uganda. This one is, it's called kittage. Is that how you pronounce it, Katie? Is it kittage, the fabric? Okay, the African fabric in Uganda is colorful and has geometric patterns like this. And this is a Mary, Joseph, and baby from Uganda. And here you'll see another, same picture. No, this was a different one. Anyway, same thing. They look very similar to the banana leaves and the thing. Okay. Ghana has incredible artists. I mean, fine artists. This one is, the title is, now listen to this, Divine Birth in Africa. That's the name of this piece. The dome shape is typical for Ghanaian community town little communities. And this is done by George Open, and he's like really famous in the nativity world. And the next one is also from Ghana, and it's his competitor. His name is Francis Agbeti, and he carves kapok wood. And this one's called the Palm House. And you'll see
What is it called?
Palm House.
Palm House.
Palm House. Yep. And again, you see the Ghanan dress and the hats. See the cool hats. The next one's from Senegal. And what's interesting to this one is not only the faces and the simplicity, but also it has 2 nativities. You see that? Okay, so Stella, you were upset because the baby was already in the nativities, and so many of them are. Here you go. This one has an empty nativity that you leave, and then when it's Christmas, you switch them out. Okay. Okay, those of you that remember the first portable phones back in the 70s, 80s, well, my kids call this the cell phone angel. See the angels?
No.
Right here on the side, the ones with the pointy heads. They look like the big cell phones that we used to have with the antenna that sticks out. Yeah, they called those the cell phone angels. So, this is from Tanzania. It's from musav wood, and it's dyed with shoe polish, which I thought was kind of interesting. Okay, this one's also from Tanzania, and it has a really different look to it. But that one's also from Tanzania. Has Mary holding Jesus. And now we're off to South America, and the first place we're going to stop is where our youth went on a mission trip. No, they went to Bolivia. And Walker brought me this from his trip with the youth group to Bolivia. And again, you can see you see the different clothing, how different it is from the other ones that we've already seen. And this little guy is only that big, and it's up there on the top. It's only that big. It's made from a basul tree pot, and this is called the legume of the Andes, and it's an edible crop. It's right up on the top. You can pick it up. And it's also a food crop. See? You can make anything point to Jesus, even a little pod.
So small.
This next one's from El Salvador. It's just a colorful piece. And then we have another old Jesus. This is old Joseph. This is only the only 2 that have an old Jesus in the whole collection. Again, the Bible doesn't say how old he was, but this one is from Guatemala. And there's a lot of ones made in Guatemala that are made from wool and from felt. Okay, this one is also from Guatemala, and it has the characterizations of the African nativities. Very distinctive facial characteristics and Guatemalan clothing. But this one has, the artist tells way more of a story with this nativity. The artist has said that he expanded the story with a farmer holding a tool, and a mother with a baby on her back, and a boy with a hurt foot that's coming to the manger for healing. So he expanded the story to include everyone, and I loved, because this is unusual. There's the baby on the back that's the close-up of the one with the baby on the back. I think that one's cool. Okay, this one is also from Guatemala. And it's made of pine wood in a very different style because it's very decorative. Next, this one looks kind of Russian to me, but it's not. It's from Nicaragua. And two artists with the first name of Angela created this from caoba wood. Peru is a mecca for nativities. There are so many nativities that come out of Peru. And really on all Catholic nations. Catholic nations are really big on making representational art. So this is a retablo. It's wood and terracotta, and it has leather hinges, and you'll see these that are huge. They'll be in churches and all that are just giant. But almost every home in Peru has a retablo in their home. So they use it for worship. The people use it not only as a form of commerce, but also they use it personally in their own religious practices. Let's see. This is also from Peru, and this one is from Mexico. This is called the Tree of Life. Also a very iconic folk art. It comes from one area of Mexico called Metepec, Mexico. It's a sacred folk art. The symbols represent all aspects of life. And in this one, the Holy Family at the bottom says that the Holy Family is the center of the family. A lot of the ones you see like this have hands holding the Tree of Life, and they're representative of God holding up all of us. So there's a lot that look like that. This one is from 1980s. It's from, and I'll probably mess up how you say it, Oaxaca, O-A-X, A-C-A. Oaxaca. I knew there was something. Oaxaca. Okay, this is red fired clay, and I love the guardian angels on this one. Tin is a very common material for Mexico. You'll see a lot of tin things there. And in Haiti, oops, there's one more. This one's also from Mexico. I love the faces in this one. It's really good. Of course, I love all of them. In Haiti, they make nativities out of oil drums.
Oh.
They cut up the oil drums and make all kinds of nativity characters. And the other thing they have besides oil drums, coconuts.
Coconut.
So this is a little coconut and clay figure. Okay, most of my U.S. nativities are designed here but manufactured out of the country, like these. This is one that you might have gotten at a 5 and dime back in the 50s and 60s. And it's chalkware from the 1950s. This one is from the 1950s as well. It's a little small one, and it is made in Hong Kong plastic. And this one, Jim Shore. You might have seen things made by him.
You can tell he was influenced by the way
Exactly. Russian.
Such influence.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. He took the Russian style, and it's very reminiscent of the Russian. Okay, then there's some homemade ones. Driftwood. And the next one, I think I put a number on this one if you didn't get it. This beauty was snapped up by my son Walker at the Florida State Fair.
So Walker, you can't complain about the collection. You contributed.
Yeah, he has. I do have some lovely ones that were made in the USA. This is from the Lennox Company. Lennox originally had plants in New Jersey and North Carolina, and then they moved. Now their production is mostly in Europe and Asia, but this is a Lennox. This one is Valancourt chalkware. Oh wait, no, this one's made of coal. from the Kentucky coal miners as a collective. And they've ground up coal and mixed it with polymers and created these from old molds. Oops, wait a minute, I missed one.
Oh, I love that.
Huh.
No, I love
All right. Oh, I didn't put the Valancourt ones. Darn it. Oh well, another time. There was a beautiful Valancourt nativity that is made from molds like chocolate and food molds, and they're painted. They're beautiful. They're from Valancourt, Massachusetts, but apparently I missed the slide. Okay, so we're gonna this one. Did anybody get where this is from? Oh, come on. I knew you guys would. This was my easy one of the 10. New Orleans. This is Louisiana. This one was created by Lorraine Gidron. She's the artist laureate for Louisiana and has had her work displayed at the White House over 3 different presidents. This nativity actually takes the same approach as the ones from France and from Spain and from Africa, because do you notice who the wise men are? A musician, a chef, and an Indian, because Indian was a strong culture. It has the culture, the people, the animals. Did you guys see what animals are up there? Alligators. Armadillo.
And the angels holding a
Yep.
watermelon.
Yep.
Which I have no explanation for.
Yep. Angels holding the watermelon.
And baby Jesus is in a canoe.
There's a raccoon, yeah.
Raccoon. I usually leave these up for Mardi Gras because I was born in New Orleans. But you see the second line person in the back with their umbrella, and you see the torchbearer. That's for the nighttime parades. Written on there is John 3:16 through 18. Oh wait, that's not true. What's written on there? Let's see. What's written on there? No, that's not what's written on there. But hang on. What's written on there is from John 8:17, 8:12. John 8:12, which says Jesus is the light of the world. So that's okay. And she's in her 90s. That made this. Okay. So I hope you've seen how remarkable it is, incredible it is that this miracle, over 2,000 years ago is truly a joy for the world. And the love of Jesus Christ and the gift of salvation he brought is what unites us. The art of nativity is found around the world and really, really puts a visual to, for God so loved the world, he gave his only son, so that anyone that believes in him should not perish, but have eternal life. God did not send his son into the world to condemn it, but to save it. And so on that, I'm going to end with a final nativity. And I've told the kids over and over and over again, anything can point you to Jesus. If your mind is set, anything can point you to Jesus. So we're going to end with this one. My son Chris had this made for me. Oh, there's a Valancourt. Okay, that's the cool Valancourt from Massachusetts. Isn't that neat? It's made from food molds and all, and then painted. Okay. There we go.
Yes, I love that one. I was asking you to do that one. I love that one.
Yep.
Mary.
So when you remember when they used to do names on the Coke bottles? Well, he got in contact and wanted this, and they would not make a Jesus. And he said, "What do you mean you won't make a Jesus? Jesus is the #1 name in Mexico and South America." And they were like, "We will not make Jesus." Wow. And so he made it Emmanuel. So, But yeah, so he's got all the Balthazar, Casper, Melchior, got all the everybody in there. So anyway, so guys, this really points out to anything can point you to Jesus, even cooks. Okay, let's see how you did. Number 1 was Rwanda. Number 2 was Spain. Number 3 was Palestine. Number 4 was Nicaragua. Number 5 was Louisiana. Number 6 was Kazakhstan. Number 7 was Bali. Number 8 was Cameroon. Number 9 was Italy. And number 10 was Kenya. All right, did anybody get any?
I got one.
You got one?
I got one. I got one.
Well, the reason I picked the ones I did, I knew they were hard. The reason I picked them is because I wanted you to look at them. They were ones that I thought were really interesting and want you to look. So did anybody get more than one? How am I going to get prizes if nobody got more than one?
Anybody get all 0?
You got Well, you know what? I do have a prize for everyone. These are little tiny nativities, and you can put it in your car or your window or whatever, so you always have. So everybody take one.
Santa.
Uh-huh.
Santa.
Much more friendly.